Briefly describe the character you play in the film. Emma Thompson, we'll start with you.
So I play the Baroness von Hellman, who is a wickedly brilliant, but also just plain wicked, fashion designer of the hautest of haute couture, who will stop at nothing to retain her place at the top of the food chain in the fashion world, which, as you know, is a pretty vicious chain.
That's good.
And Emma Stone, same question.
I play Estella and Cruella de Vil, who are one and the same, but Estella is a very brilliant young girl who becomes a very villainous woman that we all know and love. And this is sort of the backstory of how she became that way.
Fantastic. What attracted you to want to do the film? Emma Thompson?
Emma Stone.
I would say Emma Thompson, but I was sitting with that film for too long.
Yeah, that would be a lie.
It would be strange.
But I'm not lying.
What attracted me to do the film? I think that I had a kind of interest and fascination with what the backstory of a character like Cruella de Vil would be. And I first heard about the notion of creating that story when I was doing La La Land. So it couldn't have been further from the idea of Cruella de Vil. So I was very intrigued at the idea of what makes a villain and playing someone like that, because it was so far from anything that I had ever gotten to play before. So I think that was what attracted me.
Love that. And what was it like for you to play opposite each other?
I'd always wanted to work with Em, and we knew each other a bit, and we just knew that we would have a great time. We didn't know quite how great a time we were going to have. And so it was truly one of the greatest joys of my professional career has been working with Lost Stone, but also with the costumes and the makeup in this movie, designed by respectively Jenny Bevan and Naomi Dunn, were extraordinary. I mean, I've never really, I think, done a movie where 50% at least of the character work has been done by the artists working in those fields, who are both at the top of their game, and they've been doing it a long time, like I have. And so it was wonderful to be with this exceptional group of women, all just doing their best work. And also with a wonderful script, which is a redemption story told backwards, which is about two women at work and at each other's throats. And it's not a story I've ever seen. I've never seen that before. So well done, Disney, who were brilliantly supportive to make something that hasn't been done before, that's truly original and thrillingly dark and dynamic and feisty and fierce and fun.
Can I just piggyback on what she was talking about for a second?
Of course.
Okay. I do think it's so interesting too. What you're saying is so true, because Disney hasn't done something like this before. And it's so wild that it took one of their characters in their IP that they were like, we could create an origin story for this character. To make something so original with a character we've seen before is really, it was the only way the movie should have even been made. And I'm so glad that they hired Craig and Tony and all of the incredible artists, Jenny and Naomi and Nadia, and all of these people that did Fiona, who did our production design, to make something so original and special with a character that we've seen before is not very common, I don't think.
Where is the buzz?
Oh, yeah. Where is the buzz? You said was mine, oh mine.